behind the news. And we have our light moments too by chit-chatting about issues that affect our day-to-day life. Stay right here on the Sundown. Join in and be part of the show on iRadio, your eye on South Sudan.
أهلا ومرحبا بكم في برنامج سانداون على آي راديو. في البرنامج ده بنستضيف شخصيات بارزة ومؤثرة من جنوب السودان ومن حول العالم، وبنتحدث معاهم عن القضايا اللي بتهم بلدنا وبتأثر على حياتنا. كمان بنتطرق في القصص خلف الأخبار وبنتبادل الأحاديث الخفيفة عن حياتنا اليومية. شاركونا، كونوا جزء من البرنامج فقط على آي راديو، عينك على جنوب السودان.
Hello and welcome to the Sundown Show on iRadio with me, Madrama James, together with Obacho Kushagawa, the producer of Sundown Show, and Ayub John behind the social media coverage. Today is Thursday, February 5th, 2026. This program comes to you Monday to Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. for comprehensive look at the daily events, the latest information, in-depth analysis, exclusive interviews, and exciting surprises. To be part of the show, call us on 0911-022-986 and 986, or send for us a text message on 0913-986-986. If you can't access the radio, we are also on our Facebook, X, YouTube, and more. You can also stream this broadcast live by logging to our website at iRadio.org. Today, we begin the show with an important health issue that's about cancer. Cancer is no longer a silent problem in South Sudan. It's becoming a serious public health concern that needs urgent and sustained action. Yesterday, South Sudan joined the rest of the world to mark World Cancer Day. For the second year in a row, the theme is United by Unique. This theme reminds us that while cancer affects many people, every patient's experience is different and personal. Yesterday, on World Cancer Day, South Sudan also launched the South Sudan Cancer Network. The launch brought together government officials, health partners, and civil society groups as the country responds to the rising cancer burden. During the event, Vice President Josephine Laguyanga has emphasized that cancer is a growing public health challenge in the country. She called for more awareness, earlier diagnosis, strong leadership, and continued cooperation to improve cancer prevention and cancer care. Cancer is not only a health issue, it's also a development challenge. It places a heavy pressure on families, weakens the health system, and affects the country's economic progress. Those most affected are people with limited access to earlier testing, proper treatment, and financial support. So this evening on Sundown Show, we reflect on World Cancer Day and the new Cancer Network by listening, learning, and standing in solidarity with those affected by cancer. Joins us live in the studio is Assistant Professor Dr. Albino Amum, PhD, who is right here with me, and he is from the Department of Cancer at the Ministry of Health. Good to have you to Sundown Show.
Thanks to Brother Madrama James, and thanks to listeners of High Radio worldwide.
To begin with, more especially to our audience, yan saratana washinu bensata. What is cancer?
Cancer is a group of genetic diseases. Genetic diseases characterized by unregulated growth or abnormal growth in the body, and they have characteristic different from normal cells. They have capacity to or ability to spread all over the body and develop in any part of the body. This is the cancer.
Now, Doctor, for our audience as well, how serious is the cancer situation in South Sudan?
Cancer is the global public health issue. And when it comes to country like South Sudan with constrained health services, it is a real threat to the public health. Or in South Sudan, cancer are not actually counted. The number of the incidents are not. We don't have the accurate data on cancer because the data have to be collected in what is called cancer registry. The country at the moment lack cancer registry to give out the accurate data. But there are international estimation in Globacom website under the supervision of our International Agency for Research on Cancer demonstrate that the annual burden of cancer in South Sudan, 6,000 cases affected by cancer. 5,000 among these 6 die annually. Like 8% of cases die from this cancer because most of cases present in advanced stage with no cure other than palliative care, and most of cases die.
Now, with the absence of cancer registry center in the country, how will this also help a country like South Sudan to stand in a very difficult position to fight cancer?
It is important to have cancer registry because when you have this cancer registry, we will have accurate data on cancer. Based on this data, you can plan the services. But the ministry is navigating or exploring opportunity to establish cancer registry in the country, as was emphasized by the Minister of Health yesterday in World Cancer Day, that there is a communication with the regional body and international body, and the ministry is expecting to a visit of African Cancer Registry Networks together with the International Agency for Research of Cancer. They come to assess the possibility for having cancer registry in the country.
Now, earlier on at the start of your statement, you said most cancer cases in the country are detected at the advanced stage. How many stages of cancer do we have, and why the case of South Sudan are always detected at later stages?
For cancer, we have 5 stages. It starts from stage 0, stage 1, stage 4, stage 1, stage 2, 3, and stage 4. That is stage 0. Earlier we thought that the 0 equal nothing. But when we come to stage 0 in cancer, that is not the case.
What happened at the stage 0?
Stage 0, that means there is a cancer, but it's still in its position. It doesn't acquire the ability to attack the neighboring cells. Because cancer itself, that is developed and frequently an attack the neighboring. So stage 0 is called carcinoma in situ or in situ cancer. It's still in its position. It does not spread to other cells.
About stage 2, 3, and 5.
That stage 1, 2, 3 depend on the size of the cells, the invasion to the local tissue, or a spread to other distant organs of the body. Stage 1, stage 2, they're good. They still in their position, although they can attack the neighboring tissue, but it's still in their position. Stage 3, there is invasion or lymph node, draining lymph node in the region. Stage 4, already there is the metastasis to other part of the body. Like if we have cancer cells or liver cancer, in stage 4, this liver cancer, they can metastasize and go to the brain and develop in the brain. So we may have metastasis, liver cancer to the brain. They develop them. Usually, every cells does not develop in other place. Like if the normal liver cells, if we take it and implant it in the brain, cannot develop. But when it's turned to the cancer, can develop in every part of the body. So stage 4 is advanced stage. And why they come in advanced stage? Due to many factors. Lack of awareness in the community. Because cancer does not present with pain. Just in most cases, they just present as a swelling and non-painful swelling. So they neglect the case until they got developed and get metastasis to the distant part of the body. Then when they come to hospital, then get diagnosed with advanced stage. Other factor related to the care provider themselves. Because most of the care provider, some of them, they cannot realize this is a cancer. So patient go to the hospital, given just treatment and advised to go home without telling them the truth that this cancer that need attention and to be referred to the doctor specialized in cancer treatment.
But now, when will a patient identify that he or she is having a cancer, or even health personnel? Which is stage particularly, because you talked of the stages. In stage 0, sometimes it's very difficult to detect. Which is stage exactly?
Yes, stage 0, in most of the cases in stage 0 or in situ has to be detected in screening, during screening. Like the countries that have screening for breast cancer, when they go for mammogram, well, may not be impalpable, but when they go for a screening by mammogram, can be detected. How the patient detect there is, or know that there is a cancer? If there is an abnormality, a swelling in the body, just a patient have to go to the care provider to be examined. And if the care provider is aware what is the signs and symptom of cancer, that after examination and having primary investigation, and that is, if suspicious for cancer, they have to refer the case to the doctor specialized in treating cancer.
Right.
Because cancer cannot be managed at any hospital. In different hospitals, they cannot manage the cancer. Has to be managed by a specialized doctor.
Dr. Albino, you earlier on mentioned about if it is not managed well, cancer can attack your brain. There is also liver cancer, there is a cervical cancer. Which part of our body does cancer specifically attack?
It depends on the tissue that, like, if we have like ovarian cancer, they go to the peritoneum, to the abdomen. Because based on knowledge, there is a theory that the ovarian tissue, there is a similarity in development between the ovarian tissue and peritoneum. Again, the colon cancer, they give primary metastasis to the liver, and the second, and again to lung metastasis. So it based on the cancer, and it prepares to grow in that tissue.
Now in our country here, which are most of the common type of cancer we have in the country?
The most common 5 cancer, the first is breast cancer, followed by cervical cancer, then prostate cancer, and colorectal cancer, then liver cancer. These are most common 5 cancers in South Sudan.
And why?
Worldwide, breast cancer is most common. There are countries where the lung cancer is common. Countries that consume tobacco frequently, they have common cancer or lung cancer. But worldwide, breast cancer is more common. Cervical cancer, although there is a global initiative to eliminate cervical cancer, because 99% of cervical cancer is caused by a virus called human papilloma virus. There is a global initiative for vaccination of this virus. So when you get vaccinated, ladies get vaccinated, they cannot develop this virus, and then so they reduce incidence of cervical cancer. But it's still common in our country. The second leading cause of cancer in cause of death and in South Sudan, because we don't have program for a screening for this virus or vaccination.
No. There is a trend. If you take maybe 20 years back, cases of cancers are not like these days. What's happening and why is cancer becoming a growing public health concern?
That is not the case. It's not true, because when you go back 20 years back, the diagnostic tools are not there. They were not there.
But cancer was there.
The cancer was there. Cancer killing people have been killing people silently. Now we acquire advanced diagnostic tool. We have good hospital that can detect cancer. And this is why we diagnose them.
Before we talked about the signs and symptoms of cancer, are you, if I may ask you, is what we are eating nowadays are also contributing factors to issues related to cancer? The first-class food, the modified, and so forth and so on.
Yeah, there are several studies indicated that the modified food can increase incidence of cancer, like food rich in fats. They increase incidence of cancers, obesity, increase incidence of cancer, and urban life. Increase incidence in physical inactivity, that is hormonal consumption. So there are many factors that increase incidence of cancer.
Excellent. Briefly, let's talk about now the signs and symptoms. How would you really know that you have cancer?
Signs of symptom depend on the type of cancer and place.
Let's take, for example, maybe one.
In breast, for example.
Now,
in breast cancer, the common signs is the swelling, mass. They start as swelling. Sometimes they may develop asymmetry of breast, skin rash, or they get metastasis. If there is a metastasis or a spread, it'll cause symptom according to the place they metastasize to. If in the brain, the patient may come with headache. If metastasized to the liver, patient may present with the jaundice. If you take cervical cancer, the most common symptom is they present with vaginal bleeding. If you take kidney cancer, the most common signs is urinary bleeding, hematuria, blood in urine. So, and there is common symptom of cancer that patient present with weakness, generalized weakness, fatigability, loss of weight. These are common cancer, but the signs and symptoms depend on the locations of the cancer and place it metastasized to.
At the start of your speech, you talked about most of the patients in the country arrive at the hospital with issues related to cancer at already advanced stage. What are some of the contributing factors as to why some of these patients or cancer patients are arriving at advanced stages?
Because there is lack of awareness. They are not aware. When they develop mass or lump, they don't go to hospital to get diagnosed. And doctor at primary health care are not aware how to refer the patient earlier to advanced health facilities so to get treated by the doctor who was trained in treating cancer.
Who is supposed to provide this awareness?
Actually, it is the role of the ministry, role of government. And this is why cancer has not been, cancer services have not been part of health system in the country. But the leadership realized that it's important to integrate the cancer services into existing health system. And this is why the current Minister Sarah Cleto, Honorable Sarah Cleto, established cancer department at the Ministry of Health to take care for this. Yes, there is lack of funding for this department, but it is the role of the ministry to provide awareness to the public, to the health care providers.
For 2 consecutive years, same theme, united by unique. What does this particular message or theme mean to the people of South Sudan, for instance?
United by unique. It is emphasized that every case of cancer has its unique story, unique need for treatment, but the world is united to fight cancer. So we are united by different challenges and needs and stories to fight, but we united to fight against cancer. So this theme was developed by agency called Union for International Cancer Control and World in Paris. This theme developed for 3 years. Will continue for 3 years.
Now, you earlier on said Ministry of Health have a role to play in providing that awareness to the public. And now, why do you think awareness is very important in fighting that cancer?
Awareness is key for cancer treatment. Awareness saves lives, because when cancer diagnosis early stage, the chance for cure is there. Survival is good. So the patient can be treated and then return to the normal life. So it is a key for treatment of cancer. Even in advanced countries, when the patient reach there in advanced stage, we have many cases got referred to Germany, got referred to India. But when they reach there in advanced stage, they have to be told that there is no chance for cure. You have to go back to your country to wait for your day. So awareness is key.
Now,
Yes.
Akira William is saying, how can cancer be prevented in the Republic of South Sudan? Then similar thing I would like also to add, you say awareness is key, but in a situation where we don't have even qualified cancer centers in the country, how can we fight it?
This is an important question. All countries around us or in the globe, they have at least cancer center, or at least one cancer center to treat cancer. We in South Sudan, we lack this facility. And we have, yesterday, the Honorable Minister of Health, said there is a process, at least to establish something, to establish department. Rome was not built in one day. But we should do something. Since there is patient with cancer presenting to our facility, why Juba don't have Juba Teaching Hospital don't have a center, a cancer department with the staff. So
there's also Malakal
and region. So at least we should have 3 cancer centers in the country, in Juba, in Upper Nile, and in Barghazal. Because imagine if we have patient there in Barghazal and with cancer to be repaired in Juba here. So when they're coming here, they need to live somewhere, to stay somewhere, and if they are low socioeconomic status, they can afford to rent a hotel and stay there for treatment,
and even some of these broad referrals in India, where Egypt.
So having cancer center, it is a nucleus for cancer control, because in this center we may have a tool for cancer screening. Mammogram there, we can detect cancer earlier. Colonoscopy there, we can detect colonic cancer. So having cancer center is important for South Sudan, and every country has its own cancer center. Why not South Sudan?
There's a development in town. Yesterday, the South Sudan Cancer Network was launched. How important is this network and why?
South Sudan Cancer Network is a civil society or charity organization. The aim is to advocate for cancer services, to support cancer care, to support studies, research on cancer. It is important in civil society to inform population about the risk of cancer and to coordinate with regional bodies that are active in cancer. If you look to the country around us, they have support. And this support is it is a role of cancer care provider in this country. They have a connection with the regional and international community. We are the only country that doesn't get support for cancer treatment. We are part of United Nations. We are number 133 member of United Nations, and there is a UN resolution or World Health Assembly resolution that is 70 resolution in 2017 call member state to integrate cancer care into health system. And there are also global initiatives like Global Initiative for Breast Cancer, Global Initiative for Childhood Cancer, Global Initiative for Elimination of Breast Cancer, and also there are UN agencies, World Health Organization, International Atomic Energy Agency, International Agency for Research of Cancer. These three agencies are UN agencies. They are supporting cancer care in low-income countries like South Sudan, but this support is not here in South Sudan. And there is what is called Sustainable Development Goal 3.4 that call that to support non-communicable disease, including cancer, to reduce premature deaths, including premature deaths from cancer. And there is package with this. As I said, these three UN agencies, they are supporting cancer care, they are supporting cancer center, they are establishing cancer center, they are providing radiation machine or radiotherapy machine, but not realized in South Sudan. So having professional body like South Sudan Cancer Network, they can coordinate, they can communicate with the expert and advocate for cancer services in South Sudan. Like yesterday, it was the first day to commemorate World Cancer Day. So South Sudan yesterday joined the world in fight for cancer.
but I appreciate everyone in the past. That's the thing of this. Lakini have just one indication, right? Sembra pada sekarang pada syarat kalau pada kanser. Jangan pas mana sebelum ni kanser, yang juga kanser. The atlat. Akelar marad jam Uganda, jam Kenya, jam Uganda. Yana so bahasa China Maro. The major cause of cancer, the Atala now for the Oslam, the Hajal, the Ayana, the Ayana, through sexual intercourse.
Okay, shukran jazilan. Whether the major cause of cancer is it our own health habit or it's a sexually transmitted disease. Hi radio. Hi radio.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you? Your name?
I'm calling from
please speak up because you sound low. Talk to us.
Yeah. Allah jana dar wona jo Allah ana bashkur ana bawardi ana warjale ka shukr yani te wata dalena barnamij dalera wa ana bashkur Dr. Albino kaman na jada kan gadi wajina fi sexual.
Naam, shukran bardo.
حاجة بتعبنا هو ده كله ده حاجة ذات الدولة ذكروا كان في كانسر ده ليبر وفي كانسر ده وجه تو حاجات دي كتير قاعد يحصل لكن لأن كان ما عارفين لأنه في كانسر كوليبر لأنه ناس كتير قاعدين يموتوا في وين كلام ليبر كانسر يقول توديه هناك دول قال لي ديوا بقول ده بس ده عايز ولا ده شنو ما معروف لكن انا متاكد ده نفس كان اللي هو قاعد يكتب
طيب سؤال تاكي للدكتور شنو؟
انا حاجه اولا ده الدكتور البينو كده ده نساله كيف نلقى الوقايه دي بالعلاج جميع ما قاعدين نتكلم فيه دليل الوقايه لانه العرب بيقول الوقايه خير من العلاج. So ده الوقاية دايرين awareness جبتهم قاعدين تقولوا زي ياوني دايرين وخليه يجيب لنا awareness مين بقدر بس ما حاجات من نستخدم من العلاج لأنه العلاج ما بقدر ما هو نفسه لأنه يكون كرايس اللي كتير.
نعم شكرا جزيلا.
ده أول سؤال أنا داير نسأله من الدكتور البينو يخليه يورينا كيف نعمل awareness.
Okay, شكرا جزيلا. How to prevent because prevention is better than cure. So, Dr. Albino is right here with me in the studio. Because of time, I'm giving chance to two more lucky caller. Then give chance to Dr. Albino. Hi, radio.
Hello, Madrama
Mesa Nur Lazarus. Shukran jazilan. Inshallah, Medina Dua tamam.
والله مدينة واو قاعد بيدنا كثير وشوفات كثير.
نعم سؤال ولا تعليق للدكتور؟
تعليق للدكتور بدنا نجيب هذا مرض كثير في جنوب السودان من كثير كشامين نرجع هون وشاو ما في. هذا الحمد لله الدكتور جالنا شايجي ورونا. طريقة دايان ده قال يجي كيف ده أيام الكبير بيجي سرطان الوقت كله دعوين وعمل كيف وبنجر دول زاد وعمل كيف وطريقة هذا بقى بابي إذا تلقى قرول تعال جاده تفكر كبير إذا تعال أيام نور هذا هذا مساعد بيدم هذا مساعد بيشنو هذا بيدم كانال مساكين فيعني وكتر ليلة في الجابرية هي كاف لناس طريقة جات فيها ثاني قاعدين زينا تفوز هناك شنو ناس بيقولوا نادين أربعة بكرة تعليم جابينا وأيانا أزلوهم مسجل ما في غير بمشي بريق شنو هذا بيدم يعني بيجي كيف بيجي بواسطة المدير ولا بيجي بلبن ولا بيجي بكيف ما بقول ما فاهم يعني كان ما في.
شكرا جزيلا لازروس من مدينة واو. hal شنو قروش ما في ومستشفى برضو البيلاج سرطان ما في hal وين وبدر كان يان بتاع سرطان لازروس بقول ما زي أي مادل مشكلة وين هاي راديو.
Madrama James.
Yes sir.
Yeah, with someone in Jeddah.
Good to have you, Samuel.
Thank you so much. I would like to thank you, my brother, with your team behind you. And I would like to thank the guests in the studio too.
Thank you.
I would like to appreciate the program of today, and I will be very short and brief because a lot of people have spoken about this cancer topic. I want to ask the doctor, how will this program, like this topic of today, how will they reach into the rural level?
Okay, plan for.
How will it reach into the rural level so that we can get people?
Thank you.
How to prevent themselves and how to also maintain their life and stuff.
Thank you.
And how does it take time? What's the time of cancer in human body? Does it take my time or does it take to kill somebody?
Okay.
So the only two things that I want to know from you.
How long cancer take to kill a patient? Well, we'd love to pick more calls, but time is not also on our side. But it's an opportunity now for me to give the floor to Dr. Albino to respond to some of your good question asked right here. Got them.
Thank you, Brother Madrama. James, there are questions from Willie. He talked about the food that we eat, that this food causes cancer. Yes. The food, the content of the food is the responsibility of Ministry of Trade and Industry. They want to make sure that the food we eat, we receive is standard. So there is what is called a standard bureau. They are the one that is responsible to check the quality of the food we are receiving in the country. Also, he said he has book for contain heart disease, and he can donate this to us at the doctor. Yes, we appreciate this, and you are welcome to donate this book. We can be there at Juba Teaching Hospital. If you can come there and ask Albino, can be shown to you, or you can take a telephone from James.
And he did also talk about the youth that are taking that samarungi, others even tramadol, whether this can also lead to.
Tramadol cannot cause cancer, but cause addiction. له مشاكل في المخ، بيتأثر في المخ لكن ما بسبب كانسر.
وجمال بيجا باكل مارونجي وخضروات تاني
مارونجي ده شنو؟
في جيش بتمن انت بيلقى في جيش يعني هو مارونجي كده يعني الناس قاكل بلوبان وشنو كده.
some tobacco ولا شنو؟
نعم هو برضه جزء من drug يعني بكليته ما بنوم ويشتبشتب.
yeah, this is cause addiction لكن ما عنده علاقة بال.
نعم.
بضر في
يلا.
المريض بضر بساعة المريض لكن there is no study to
prove that. Joseph Bugul, what's really the major cause of cancer? Is it our habits, or it's because of the sexual involvement people are going through?
Yes, what is the major cause? As I said before, the cancer is genetic diseases can be caused by hereditary factor. يعني في cancer تاني موجود في الفاميليز، في family محدد بيحصل طفرات جينية أو mutation gene. So they'll call hereditary cancer. It's all أبوه عنده كانسر وأمه عنده كانسر، أولاده بكون عنده قابلية إنه في جينات حصل طفرات وكده.
زي ده بيجي بيطلع برا من بيت كيف؟
ما بيطلع برا، ما بيطلع برا، بس اللي بيحصل إنه الفاميليز دي لو عنده يعني 3-4 ممبر عندهم كانسر في الفاميلي، اللي بيعملوا تيست، بيعملوا جينيتيك تيست انه في طفره في جين محدد اللي بيسبب سرطان. لو لقوا مثلا انه الجين الموصول عن بريست كانسر فيه طفره، ده بيشيلوا السد بتاعه قبل ما بيت يبقى كبير. يعني زي في واحده اسمها انجلينا جولي، Angelina Jolie, their family, there are mutation عندهم طفرة في جين اسمه BRCA gene. So they got she got diagnosis there is a mutation in the gene قبل ما ينمو يحصل سدي في البريست, and then she went for surgery. السدي بتاعتها كلها were removed, and then so she lived. She still now ما جاو سرطان. So this is hereditary. لكن العوامل اللي ممكن تغتصبه يعني عوامل تاني اللي ممكن يعمل طفرات جينية المغتصبة including alcohol. So لو زول بيشرب alcohol ما انت ممكن تقلله او توقفه. ما زول ما بموت لو ما شرب كحول. تباكو يوقفه, لانه the worst of it انه زول اللي بيشرب سجاير ده بدي زول جنبه تباكو. شيشه كمان برضه جزء من التباكو او صعود. This have to be stop. الزول لو قاعد في البيت بس ما بيمارس الرياضه يمارس الرياضه.
يلا لازروس من واو بقول عليا مستشفى ما في وقروش ذاته ما في فيدين بتاع مواطنين. how can we prevent cancer when there is economic crisis and there are no also cancer centers in the country?
Yes, this how can we prevent? We have to prevent before we get, because we don't have treatment. Prevention انت لما تتفادي السبب, this is prevention. لكن treatment ده يوم محتاج center. Prevention start with you. إنه حاجات اللي بسبب cancer you reduce them. You reduce alcohol, تتفادي شراب السجاير, تمارس الرياضة. This is prevention. So you can prevent yourself. لأنه لما prevention is better than cure. لأنه if you attract cancer, you need treatment, and there is no treatment
for cancer. Sure. Now, Mayomi is saying, how long does it take for cancer to kill someone?
It depends on type of cancer. It differs from cancer to cancer and the tendency of cancer to spread. Most cases of cancer kill patient by spread. لما نمشي المحل لمحل يو بيقتل. يعني لو وصل برين مانجمنت بتاعه مكون صعب. لو وصل كبد او ريحتين او مانجمنت بتاعه بيكون صعب. حسب المحل اللي جاي منه.
نعم.
ولا
يلا بذات خطبة وزارة الصحة دكاترة شنو لناس الفقارية ما في مستشفى ما في شوارع عشان كيف توية يوصلوا من برا.
Yes, it is responsibility of ministry is to increase awareness. يعني ممكن يعملوا workshop في كل المقاطعات في primary health care في مراكز في كل المقاطعات على مستوى جنوب السودان كله. What it needed is awareness to be done there at that level. الدكاترة اللي هناك يعلموا إنه ممكن يعملوا awareness للcommunity الموجود جنبهم. Yes, it needs support. أنا عشان تعمل awareness أنت محتاج تسافر الدكاترة اللي هناك عشان يعلموا الناس ويجيبوا الناس. So it needs support.
Doctor, finally, what is your message to the family carrying their beloved one with cancer?
Really, my message is that you are not alone in this journey. We are with you, we are supporting you. Your problem is not your problem. It is our problem, and we are fighting for this. And you have a role to encourage, to support. The patient with cancer needs support, not only financial support, needs psychological support and social support.
All right.
So we are standing behind you.
Thank you very much, Doctor, for coming. We do really appreciate. Dear listener, it's time now for me to allow Assistant Professor Dr. Albino Amum, PhD, to leave the studio. And big up to Abacho Kushagawa, the producer of this show. And today we have got that Ayub John behind the social media coverage. I've been your host, Madrama James.
It's a Baghdad Diamond when it's my iRadio à la numéro de téléphone